The last time your boy, Deluxe Man, saw a show of this caliber, I was 10 years old. The main event, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. TLC match, Edge and Christian, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Hardy, the Dudleys. Undertaker versus Triple H. Ivory versus China. Eddie Guerrero versus Tess. Chris Jericho versus William Regal. The WrestleMania I'm talking about, in case you didn't figure it out, was WrestleMania 17. The show in question that people like me consider to be literally the best pay-per-view of all time. Not just the best WrestleMania. The best pay-per-view, period. NXT. Again, NXT, the so-called developmental of WWE. This is where the talent who supposedly aren't ready, they aren't ready for the main roster, for the main crowds, for the mainstream. NXT Takeover New Orleans was able to take a show that I, like many other people, knew was going to be awesome. We had an idea of how great this show was going to be. And after watching it, I can honestly sit here and tell you, I just got done watching not just the greatest NXT Takeover show. That's one thing. Without question, the best NXT show. It isn't just the best WWE show in a long time. This, my friends, is one of the best wrestling shows I have ever seen. Period. And I am glad, I am happy to be up here to talk about it. We got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. So let's get through all of this craziness. You know who this is. This is your boy, Deluxe Man. And yes, we are live here on YouTube. And I am excited. I am pumped. I am jacked. I am happy to be a wrestling fan, to be the guy to come up here and tell all of you, if you have not seen NXT Takeover New Orleans, get your ass on the WWE Network and see it now. See it now. See it now. I cannot stress this enough. You need to watch this show if you are a wrestling fan. If you have not seen it, maybe you decide to check out ROH's show tonight, Supercard of Honor, which I will be watching perhaps sometime tomorrow if I find the time to do so before WrestleMania. Yeah, good luck with that. Maybe you decide to go out with your friends tonight, watch a movie. I heard Blockers came out on Friday. Maybe you decide to go check out something else. Hey, there are many other things to do in this world. I am telling you right now, stop what you're doing. If you had not seen this show, don't even watch this review. You know, if you're watching this live, I love you. But listen to me right now. If you have not seen this show, you need to stop this video and go watch it now. The show is 3 hours long. Okay? It didn't even feel like it was 3 hours. I swear to God, when it was over, I'm like, oh my God, it's 10. This is the longest NXT show. It's a pay-per-view length, by the way. Pay-per-view length with the roster they have, and I bought it. I bought it like it was an actual WWE pay-per-view. Incredible. If you have not seen this, take it from me, go watch it. Then, after you've seen it, you may come back. And I'll tell you what, you can pause the video right here, you can come right back. I'll wait. Wasn't that awesome? Wasn't that one of the best shows you've ever seen? I hope it was. Let's talk about it now. As you guys know, I am here to give you what you want, what you need, which is the review and results of this show. If you want more from your boy Alyx, man, do my channel the biggest favor you can. Like the video and subscribe. Clicking that notification bell. Click that bell, like the video, and please share. Please share your boy's video with as many people as you can. And of course, if you want to really get into your boy and help expand the brand of your boy Alyx, man, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, DeluxeManBX1. Links to both of them are down in the description box, as well as links to my PayPal or Patreon if you would like to help a brother out, as well as the live chat, which I'll get to in a second. I haven't even looked at live chat yet, and I love y'all, but I gotta get this out of the way. But most importantly, you can buy yourself a Deluxe Man t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. But we know how this works. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Roll call in the live chat. Who do we got here? Who do we got here in the live chat? We got Awesome Kid 254. We got Call Me Leo. We got Lucas. We got Jake. We got Sonic X WWE. We got Who Wants to Walk with Elias. We got Dat Payne, nice name. We got Goku Black. We got Jay Young. We got Ultra Shadow. Of course, some of my most loyal fans are here, and I'm happy you're here to help me talk about this. Super 57S, Sydney McGonigal, one of my patrons. Welcome. Everybody's giving this show high grades. They're basically agreeing with me. The best takeover show in the world. People are calling this a 10 out of 10 show. Oh my god, a lot of people here. Okay, rapid fire. Firestar, Heart, DX, ooh, I can't pronounce your name. What's up, DX? SSGG, screw it, what's up? Dylan Valdez, we got, Mosta Ali, we got Papri Roy, we got Y2 Jake, we got Dylan, we got Vexen Leon, wow. It's just going on. Everybody's just saying. Everybody's just talking. We got a live chat tonight. And I hope you guys are ready to have a good time as we talk about NXT. But everybody's agreeing. This is one of the best shows in wrestling history. And I'm proud to have been a part of that generation that got a chance to watch it live. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about NXT Takeover New Orleans. First off, before I even get into a single match, New Orleans, thank you for being an amazing audience. New Orleans, you yourself deserve a round of applause. You were loud, you were excited, you were reacting to everything. Every match got respect. You booed the heels, you cheered the baby faces. Each and every single moment on this show felt special because of you. And every wrestler in the NXT locker room owes their lives to you. If you were there at NXT TakeOver New Orleans, the wrestlers, thank you. I thank you for helping this show be one of the best shows in wrestling history. It's getting the highest grade I can give it, that's for sure. But yeah, awesome crowd. And I'm happy to be able to say that although WrestleMania tomorrow might not necessarily be as good as the show, there's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. I'm sorry. What's going to have to happen for this show to be overshadowed by WrestleMania? Let me tell you what needs to happen. Because this is the only way WrestleMania 34 is going to top NXT TakeOver. I'm going to name it right now. First off, Bryan, Shane, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn need to go out there and tear the house down, have themselves a classic. And of course, Bryan needs to win that. Then Ronda Rousey needs to have a spectacular performance. AJ and Nakamura need to go in there and tear it up as we think they will. I'm not too worried about AJ and Nakamura. I think they're going to probably have a classic. But Usos, New Day, and Bludgeon Brothers need to bring it. They need to have a classic. And then Charlotte and Asuka need to have a classic. And then we need to have at least 5-6 classics tomorrow. And then that main event with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar has, and I mean this, that match has to lead to a Roman Reigns heel turn. So we get 6 classics tomorrow, and then a Roman Reigns heel turn, maybe WrestleMania 34 will be able to top this show. I can already guarantee you 6 classics, first off, 6 classics ain't gonna happen. Okay, we'll probably get maybe 1 or 2. But 6 classics ain't happening. And that Roman Reigns heel turn, you can forget about it. It ain't happening. WrestleMania is not topping this show. Okay? Unless they do that. 6 classics and then a Roman Reigns heel turn, it's not topping the show. So forget about it. Let's go ahead and get into the matches then. I don't want to miss any super chats. I want to be sure that I catch everything because I love all y'all. Alright, here we go. The first match on this freaking show was a ladder match for the North American Championship. A new championship, the secondary championship on NXT. First off, after getting a second look, like a legit look at that belt, yeah, I think it's awesome. When I first saw it, like initial photos of it, it was kind of, that video with Triple H didn't really give us a nice look at it. But now after seeing it, after it got some light, I was able to really take a look at it. I think it's an awesome belt. I really like the North American Championship. What I like more than the belt itself was this freaking match. Ladder match. EC3. Ricochet. Killian Dane. Lars Sullivan. The Velveteen Dream. And of course, say it with me, Adam Cole, baby! Had literally one of the best ladder matches in a dog's age. One of the best ladder matches I have seen this decade. Probably the best ladder match I've seen this decade. Okay? I will put this up there with some of the classics. I will happily put this up there with TLC 2, TLC 1, TLC 3, and 4. I will happily put this up there with Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. I will happily put this up there with Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho, 2008. I will happily put this up there with any ladder match you can think of that maybe didn't happen in WWE, maybe it happened in PWG or ROH or TNA, whatever. This insanity cannot be described with words. This, my friends, was one of the greatest openers for any show I have ever seen. It was, first off, apparently it was 35 minutes. It didn't even feel like 35 minutes. Every single man in this match got a chance to shine. You know what? I'm going to go one by every single person I just named, and I'm going to talk about what they did in this match. First off, super chat. We got ourselves a super chat from Mr. Audicle. I think I said your name right. Thank you for your super chat, sir. Your patronage is appreciated. Now, first guy on this list is Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan is a freak. Maybe he is a freak in other ways, of course. He looks like he is. But regardless, this guy broke so many ladders in this match, it was ridiculous. Okay? This is the kind of monster that I love seeing in WWE. Okay? First off, his character's awesome. He's an intelligent monster. He's not a brainless brute. No, he's intelligent, which makes him that much more dangerous. The things he was doing with the men in this match was insane. I can't count how many ladders he broke, tossing men through him. Okay? Killian Dane, a big man that for some reason can wrestle like a cruiserweight. I always love those men who can wrestle like cruiserweights, and I love seeing him dive to the outside. He did this crazy spot with Ricochet. Was it Ricochet and Adam Cole, or was it Dream? He did this crazy double team spot where he had one man on his shoulder, and then he had another man in his arm, and then he basically crashed down on top of a ladder with both of them. it looked nasty. It looked like it killed both men. I think it was EC3. I think it was EC3 and Adam Cole. I think that was... Yeah, it was EC3 and Adam Cole. Craziness. Alright, I think he also broke a ladder. Yeah, he also broke a couple ladders with Lars Sullivan. Just craziness. Who's next on the list? Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream did an elbow drop, which he calls the Purple Rainmaker, off the top of a ladder. This man jumped so high, he went past the championship. Okay, the championship is hanging in the air. Imagine the title hanging, by what is ever the suspenders, the freaking ropes. Okay, you know how it hangs from the ceiling. Velveteen Dream was on top of the ladder. He jumped higher than the championship. And if I ever see a picture, if anybody was able to get the right picture where he was over the championship, going to the elbow drop, I want you to send it to me. I need to have that picture. He went so high, I swear to God, he could have touched the ceiling. And then he came right down with that elbow drop. It was fabulous. And then we got EC3. The character. The glue of the match. The man who was basically making sure everybody was able to transition well into their matches. I don't think anybody took as much punishment as EC3 in this match. I'm surprised he's alive. I'm surprised he was able to survive anything. Because it was Ricochet, EC3, Adam Cole, who took, and I think a little bit of Velveteen Dream, but it was those three who took the majority of the bumps. EC3 took the most punishment. He took the most punishment. You can't tell me he didn't. It looked like he killed himself a couple of times. He might have lost a couple of lives. That's for sure. And then you got Ricochet. This guy is going to be huge. I've always known Ricochet had the potential to be a megastar. Period. But I was always worried that if he ever came to WWE, there was going to be that idea of him being nerfed. That idea of him not being able to do what he did in Lucha Underground, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and PWG. The very first spot in this match was a springboard shooting star press to the outside of the ring. We're good. We're good. Ricochet killed it. He was literally the highlight of this match. This was his match. Shooting star press, high fly here, high fly there. He just killed himself for our entertainment. One of my favorite spots was a bump he took, actually, from Velveteen Dream. It was that rolling death body driver from one ladder onto another ladder. It looked sick. It looked like he broke something. I'm pretty sure someone got hurt in this match. Somehow, some way. Seriously. He was the star of this match. This was a breakout performance on his first freaking match. His first match, he had a breakout performance. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we got your new North American champion. The very first ever champion. The man that I predicted to win. Ended up winning the entire freaking thing. And apparently we got another super chat from Mr. Krabs. I want to see Keith Lee at NXT. Oh yeah, you have to know that he's coming to NXT. Apparently I missed another one. I want to be sure I catch these super chats. I apologize. Mr. Green. Undisputed Era versus British Strong Style. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Did I miss another one? I think I missed another one. Oh no, that's everything. Alright. What was I saying? That's right. Mr. Adam Cole. Mr. Adam Cole ends up winning the belt and becoming your first ever North American champion. Well deserved. Well freaking deserved. He was super kicking everybody. I'm pretty sure the Young Bucks are very happy to know their friend is doing well. And my goodness, I would not have chosen a better person to win that belt. Now, honestly, anybody in this match could have won that belt and I would have been happy with it. All 6 of these men had what I consider to be NXT's best opener. Screw that. One of the best openers for any show in history. Yeah, without question. This is NXT's best opener. But I'm talking about as a wrestling show, it's hard to find an opener better than this. Okay? This is one of the best in history. And I feel sorry for shows like ROH Super Card of Honor that had to go on during this match. Because, man, Super Chat once again. Scorp18 talks wrestling. What you got to say, Scorp? Thank you for your $5 Super Chat. At least Adam Cole knew how to sell his injuries. Maybe Roman Reigns should take lessons. For real, man. For real. I gotta say, man. When it comes to this group, this stable, the Undisputed Era, when it comes to Adam Cole, what I appreciate about this man is his ability to use what might be considered old school, psychology, storytelling, all that kind of stuff. Stuff that wrestling fans might not appreciate all that much nowadays. I love that he's still able to play into what still works. Psychology, storytelling, facial expressions. Taking it slow, selling the moment. All that stuff is very important for any kind of match. And for a man like that to be the North American Championship, I'm telling you right now, expect more Match of the Year candidates going forward. Okay? I'm so happy Adam Cole is the champion. I personally think he's going to be a great North American champion. He might set the bar too high and people won't be able to pass him. But we'll have to see. I love this match. Classic. A+. I don't care what anybody says. And apparently I'm getting super chats out the wazoo. Hold on for a minute, guys. Tyler Marines, $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Is it me or is the Undisputed Era becoming the new Bullet Club at NXT? So what you're saying is, knock, knock, Young Bucks, you want to come to NXT? Knock, knock. Adam Page, you want to come to NXT? Knock, knock. Cody Rhodes, he actually might come back. Knock, knock. Kenny Omega. Wait, sorry. He's not in the Bullet Club no more. But basically, that's what you're saying. And if that's what happens, if we can get the Young Bucks, Adam Page, and a couple of other New Japan Pro Wrestling Bullet Club members, Bad Luck Fale, and then the guy with the bunny stripper, forgot his name already. Yeah, bring them in. I think we'll be good. We'll be really, really good. So, love this match. I got nothing else to say about it. This was phenomenal. Phenomenal. A+. I'm giving it the highest grade possible any match can get. That was just the first match. Guys, by the end of that match, I'm saying, how the hell do you follow this? How do you follow this match? Can you follow this match? Should you follow this match? This was the first match on the show. The first match was a classic. And then we get the women's match. So, going into it, I'm thinking to myself, oh, crap. Shayna Baszler and Ember Moon have to follow that match. That's a horrible spot to be in. You never, ever, ever want to follow a match like this. You never, ever, 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 ever want to follow a match like that. These two did it. And I gotta say, for a women's match that has to follow a match like that, I think they did the best job that they could possibly do. I thought this match was great. This NXT Women's Championship match was old school. What's the word I'm looking for? It was such a tribute. It was paying homage to how the matches that you used to see back in the day, the Ric Flairs versus the Ricky Dragon Steamboats, the Hulk Hogan's versus the Randy Savages versus the Steamboats. The old school psychology that we used to get that we don't get nowadays was in this match. And I thought it really helped it stand out. I gotta give credit where credit is due. I thought Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler, for a match that followed one of the greatest openers in wrestling history, They put on a hell of a contest. I love this match. I don't care what anybody says. I'm pretty sure people thought this match was boring. It wasn't as crazy and out of this world as the last match. And you know what? It wasn't. You are absolutely right. This match was nowhere close to the classic we got. But you know what? That doesn't mean it sucked. It was still a great match. It was still easily one of the best women's matches I've seen. Actually, it might be the best women's match I've seen this year. That's not saying much. It's April. But, yeah, it probably is the best women's match I've seen this year so far. Now, by the end of the year, I'm pretty sure we'll have an even better women's match. But for right now, yeah, this is the best women's match I've seen so far. I gotta give Ember Moon the utmost praise. I'm not a fan. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not a fan of her character as of right now. I think her character is kinda... it's missing something. I don't know what it is about her persona that's not quite grabbing me. I love the entrance, but her as a character, it's missing something. With that said, as an in-ring performer, one of the best in the world. One of the best female wrestlers. No, screw that. I'm tired of saying that. I'm tired of saying one of the best female wrestlers. She's one of the best performers in the world for me. My goodness, this woman is awesome inside the ring. And Shayna Baszler, the fact that she was able to mix that old school style with homegirl, Ember Moon, and then make this great match, it just goes to show you how far women have come. How far women's wrestling has come when you look at the scope of wrestling here in 2018. Shayna Baszler, during this match, had her own, I like to call it a death move. It's one of those moves where if you do it, the wrestlers that take it, they're out for a certain amount of time. So, Ember Moon basically stomped on Shayna's arm like Shayna's been stomping on everybody's arm. She stomped on Dakota Kai's arm. She stomped on Ember's arm and injured them. So she got her comeuppance by having Ember stomp on her arm, which I thought was great. Great storytelling, by the way. And then the way Shayna got around it, because she sold the arm, it was gone. Because once you step on that arm, you're supposed to sell it like it's broken. And she sold it like it was broken. How she got around it was by going up to the post, the ring post, and then cracking it on the ring post to crack it back into place, to pop it back into place. I thought that was badass. Seeing Shayna Baszler pop her shoulder back into place, that was mwah. Like, that's the kind of stuff I look for in matches. Those are the character moments that make me go, that's great. And then you got the ending sequence with Ember Moon going for an eclipse off the top rope, and then Shayna catching her and her finisher. What did she call it again? I think she called it the Karafuda. Is it the Karifuda or Karafuda? Whatever. The clutch, that little modified rear naked choke that she has. I think it is Karifuda. I'm going to go with that. Kirifuda. The clutch that she does. Okay? She caught her in it, and then she stayed in that clutch for what seemed like 5 minutes. And Ember fought it, and she fought it, and she fought it. Great callback. Awesome callback to their last match. And then Shayna ends up beating Ember Moon by KO. She passes out. Ember Moon didn't tap out. She passed out. So guess what? We'll get a rematch down the line. And the rematch needs to be a stipulation. And I said this in my preview. When they had that third match, we will have a third match. There needs to be a stipulation. 2 out of 3 falls, submission, falls count anywhere. You can't just do another singles match. We need to up the stakes with these two women. They deserve to have their third match be a little bit more suspenseful. If you catch my drift. But yeah, Shayna Baszler ends up beating Ember Moon to become your new NXT Women's Champion. We all called it. I honestly think she probably should have won it at Philadelphia. But you know what? This is fine. She got a chance to celebrate with... Oh yeah, Jessamine Duke and Ronda Rousey were there. The MMA 4 Horsewomen. They were there to celebrate with Shayna Baszler. She hugged them and stuff like that. It was cool. It was nice to see her celebrate with her friends. But yeah, Shayna Baszler is your new women's champion. She deserves to be. She needs to be. Is off to the third match at NXT Chicago. Can't wait for that. Cannot wait for that. I see people saying 3 stages of hell. Tell you what. Here's my question to my live chat, to the fans out there. If you were booking Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler's third match. What stipulation would you have them wrestle with? What stipulation would you have them compete for the championship in? We got submission. We got 3 stages of hell. Someone just said first blood. Calm down. Although that would be awesome. Cage match. Maybe. Falls Count Anywhere. Street fight. You name it. What would be a stipulation, a proper stipulation these two would have in their third match? I personally would choose submission match, but that's just me. Okay, we got the NXT Tag Team Championship, Dusty Rhodes Classic Finals. It's a 6-man tag match. We got the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole taking the place of Bobby Fish, who's injured, and Kyle O'Reilly taking on the Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. So, I have to be honest with you. I kind of felt, and I feel this way about the women's match too. When you compare this tag match to the ladder match, the NXT Championship match, and then that crazy, that out of this world unsanctioned match, it kind of feels out of place when you think about it that way. And the match itself was good. Let me just say this. The match itself was good. It was basically a car crash match. They basically had a tornado tag. They did some cool spots here and there. I enjoyed it. But the only thing that I can really talk about is what happened at the end. Pete Dunne goes to pin Kyle O'Reilly. And Adam Cole's out. He took a powerbomb from the Authors of Pain. Adam Cole's laid out. Pete Dunne has Kyle O'Reilly pinned. He's going to win the match. 1, 2. Roderick Strong attacks Pete Dunne, breaks up the pin, hits him with the End of Heartbreak, that little suplex backbreaker, which looks amazing, and then helps the Undisputed Era win. Roderick Strong did a heel turn that made me scream. Listen to me. I am a smart wrestling fan. I'll admit that. I've been watching wrestling since 1998. There have been very few heel turns nowadays that shocked me. I either see it coming and I go, yay, or I see it coming and go, ugh. The ones I don't see coming, I gotta be real with you, hardly ever happen. I didn't see this one coming. And I screamed, what? 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 For real, I was yelling when Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne. It was done so well. And the fact that he joined the Undisputed Era, this is a story that's been going on since last year. I love long-term storytelling. Understand this. Undisputed Era has been trying to get Roddy since, I swear to God, NXT Takeover Houston. Like, what, October? That was November, actually. So, October, November-ish. This storyline's been going on for 6 months. And the fact that they were able to stick to continuity, and then at a time where we didn't see it coming, Roderick Strong finally gave in and joined the Undisputed Era. And it makes sense because why? Why would he join them? I'll tell you why. Because he's been unsuccessful. Because he hasn't been getting anywhere. This guy got this close to the NXT Championship and didn't capture it. It makes sense that he would turn heel. All the sense in the world. Not only did he help Undisputed Era win the match, but check this out. So Undisputed Era wins the match. They retain the Tag Team Championships. Adam Cole is now your new North American Championship, and they're also the new winners of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. They have the Dusty Rhodes Trophy. You see all 4 men on the stage. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, who's injured, holding the tag team belts. Adam Cole with the North American Championship, and Roderick Strong next to the trophy. This is how you build stables. This is how true factions are created. Okay? And the fact that they were able to do this long-term storytelling, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very important. And the fact that it was so good, the fact that they were able to shock me with this heel turn and make this stable even more better. NXT is on a totally different level. It's on a totally different level than the main roster. You won't see this happen on the main roster. Like I said, the only way that this show is going to be topped is if Roman Reigns turns heel in the main event. Plus 6 classic matches, which, again, you'll probably get 1 or 2. But you're not getting 6. You're not getting that Roman Reigns heel turn. You're not. I'm sorry. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell that you're going to get any of that topping this. This heel turn was fabulous. Undisputed Era looks amazing. They have all the belts plus the Dusty Rhodes Classic trophy. I cannot wait to see where they go with this. Okay, I'm telling you, NXT is stacked. Oh my goodness, this roster is amazing. And guys, guess what? That was just the first 3 matches. We haven't even gotten to the main event. We haven't even gotten to the NXT Championship. By this point, I tweeted on Twitter, WrestleMania is basically the after show at this point. This is WrestleMania. This show is WrestleMania. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else I can tell you. This is WrestleMania. WrestleMania tomorrow? After show. This is WrestleMania. Let's talk about the NXT Championship match. So, we had Andrade Cien Almas defending his belt against Aleister Black with Zelina Vega in the corner of Andrade. They threw everything they could to make this match awesome. They did everything possible to make this match awesome. They pulled out all the stops to make this match awesome. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it was awesome. Super chat from Scorp18 says, I want this commentary on Raw. He wants Mauro Ranallo. He wants Nigel McGuinness. He wants Percy Watson on Raw. First off, I'm stopping for a second because I didn't even think about giving these 3 the credit they deserve. Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson. All 3 of you. Round of applause. Mauro Ranallo is the greatest commentator in wrestling today. He is. I will put Mauro Ranallo up there with the Gorilla Monsoons, with the Jim Rosses, with Michael Cole when he was actually in his prime. Sorry. I'll put him up there with some of the best in the world. Screw JBL for bullying this guy. Thank you, Mauro, for giving us awesome commentary. Thank you. Commentary was fabulous. Fabulous tonight. Carmella fabulous. Getting back to the NXT Championship match, though. They did everything possible to make this match awesome, and dear God, was it ever. Couple of botchy moments. I can't give this a perfect score, because there were a couple of moments in there that were, You know, there were some spots that Aleister Black almost missed. He's usually really good at hitting that springboard backflip off the ropes. He almost missed it that first time around. He got it the next time around, of course. There were a couple of spots that looked kind of clunky. But you had to really, really look. Like, for me, I was able to notice them because, again, hardcore fan here. To the rest of y'all probably thought this was a perfect match. A+. And if you thought it was perfect, my God, have at it. Have fun. I think it was fantastic. I thought it was easily one of the best NXT Championship matches I've seen from NXT. Easily. Andrade Cien Almas, one of the best performers. Not just in NXT. Not just in WWE. But wrestling, period. I'm telling you. This guy. I'm telling you. Andrade Cien Almas might end up being one of the best Mexican wrestlers in WWE history. I'm not even gonna mince words with this. Okay, you got Rey Mysterio. You got Alberto Del Bicho. Yeah, that guy who was recently fired by Impact Wrestling for no showing that recent Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground event. Good. Get him the hell out of here. I hope he never wrestles again. He needs to just be banned from wrestling. That guy has issues. I think Andrade Cien Almas, once he's able to get past that language barrier and cut legit English promos, honestly at this point, just make his promos subtitles. Have him talk Spanish. Have him talk in Spanish, but make him subtitles. I don't care. I'd rather that be the case. Than him trying to speak English and not doing so well. Or just have Zelina talk for him. Zelina is awesome. I love Zelina. Not only is she smoking hot, but she gets her hands dirty and she plays a part in his matches very well. But yeah, Andrade Cien Almas is going to be a megastar. Like, I put him up there with the Rey Mysterios and, you know, all the other Mexican wrestlers, the Eddie Guerreros. He'll be up there with them by the end of his career. He's only 28 years old. By the time he's 35, watch out. Okay, he's going to be big. He's going to be massive. But Aleister Black, this guy has that it factor to him that no matter who he's wrestling against, no matter what he does, he's always going to be beloved. Okay? I think when you look at someone like Aleister Black and you see his performance in this match, it's clear that this guy is, this is a term that I don't use a lot, but I'm going to use it here. This guy is bulletproof. Super chat from Mr. Krabs. No doubt Del Rio has no respect for the business. Oh, yeah. Get him the hell out of here. Del Rio can go. He can go suck a fuck. Now, if you know where that came from, we can be friends. Aleister Black is bulletproof. He really is. Like, his character, his presentation, his performance level, everything about him just screams mainstream star. And when I think about a replacement for The Undertaker, this is the biggest compliment I can give anybody. Okay? Taker might be wrestling tomorrow night at WrestleMania, but he's gonna be gone soon. And he should be gone soon. He shouldn't be wrestling anymore. If I was to be asked, Deluxe Man, who would be a great replacement for The Undertaker? Who would be the modern day Undertaker? Aleister Black. Might have been Bray Wyatt back in 2014. Maybe could have been Bray Wyatt. Nowadays, yeah, right. Aleister Black. Modern day Undertaker. Modern day. My goodness. Super chat from Sydney McGonigal. Do you think Roderick Strong will be back on 205 Live? He might be. He could be. Perhaps. I mean, as a heel too, they might go ahead and bring him back in to do some work. Let's just talk about the Black and Andrade's match. So, Zelina had, I think, 2 Hurricane Rana spots that Aleister Black sold like a freaking pro. One of them was him being spiked on top of his head, and he did one of those them breakdance headstands. You know when the breakdancers are doing the little twirl on their heads, and they stand on top, and they do like a spin top thing. Aleister Black did that as a sell for the spike pile driver. It was freaking amazing. It looked great. The near falls in this match, oh my goodness. There was a spot where I think Aleister Black did a crazy dive to Andrade on the outside, rolled back into the ring, and ate a DDT. I thought that was it. I thought Andrade beat him. It was a crazy near fall. It was crazy how well they were able to work these near falls into the match. And then I love the ending with Zelina Vega saying, you know what, screw this. She climbs the top rope, she goes to dive onto Aleister, she goes into the arms of Andrade, and then he ends up super kicking, Black Mass spin heel kicking Andrade in the face, and then pins on 1, 2, 3. Your new NXT champion, Aleister Black. Well deserved and amazing. Amazing match. Such an amazing performance. Fantastic. Easily one of the best NXT Championship matches I've seen in a long time. In a while. So, let's see what they do with Aleister Black. Very curious to see how well his reign will go. And what they'll do with this reign. Alright. I think it's time we get to the NXT's main event. NXT Takeover New Orleans main event. The only match that can close this show. There was no way in hell anything was going to follow this match. And super chat. I'm just being flooded with super chats. Thank you all so much for your donations. I really do appreciate it. This is from Daniel Harrison. Aleister Black would have been a perfect candidate to end the streak. Who you telling? Easily one of the best candidates. For real, man. For real. Yeah, this unsanctioned match between Gargano and Ciampa, it was a masterpiece, man. It was everything you could want in a story. It was everything you could want in a fight. It was everything you could want in a wrestling match. Let me just say one very, very small nitpick. And I gotta say this. Despite the classic we got, because this was a classic. It's one of the best matches, one of the best main events in wrestling history. I just feel like, for me, this match would have been absolutely perfect. It would have been absolutely 100% perfect if it had one element to it. The only thing that was missing from this match, and I gotta say this, the only thing that was missing from this contest that would have made it absolutely perfect was something you can't have in WWE. Go ahead and say it. Yes, blood. I feel like if this match had blood, there was no debating it. There was no way of ever telling anybody this wasn't one of the best matches in history. I think the fact that it didn't have blood, I gotta be honest with you, despite this match being absolutely perfect in every other way, like literally, it was perfect in every other way, except for that one element. I wish it had blood. I really do wish one of them bled. And live chat saying it with me. They're all saying it. Blood, 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 blood. And you're right. You're right. It should have had blood. Like, if you didn't want them blading, at least have, like, pig blood or something. Like, man. Like, the ladder match had blood. That's right. Lars Sullivan cut himself open by accident. But that had blood. This match should have had blood. One of them should have bled. I think that would have really taken this to a whole different level. And the fact that we didn't get blood, I feel like it took what could have been an absolutely perfect masterpiece and just kind of, in a sense, tainted it. But, with that said, the fact that these two were able to create a modern-day classic in terms of storytelling, in terms of psychology, they were able to take an organic story, create a villain, a legit heel in Tommaso Ciampa that loved, that wanted to be a heel, that wanted to be hated, and use that as a foil for one of the most beloved babyfaces in wrestling, Johnny Gargano. You created two of wrestling's best characters right now with this storyline. And you were able to take that and use it to facilitate a main event that fans... First off, I will say this. In terms of spots, there were some nasty spots in this match. My goodness, there was a powerbomb on the concrete. There was a suplex off the table. There was a freaking... I don't know what you call it. A long dart where Gargano picks you up and then he tosses you headfirst into the turnbuckle. That spot, he did it to Gargano. He did it to himself. He did it to Tommaso Ciampa with an exposed turnbuckle. The turnbuckle was exposed when he did it. Okay? It was crazy. It was insane. I see the super chat. I'll get to you in just a second. It was insane the way these spots came across. But other than that, other than some really crazy big time moment spots, most of this was just straight up storytelling. You had them talking. You had moments where Tommaso Ciampa was just going around smiling as he beat up Gargano. There was a spot in the match where he went into the crowd and took a crippled man's crutches. It was a plant. It wasn't a real man. It wasn't a real crippled man, but he took his crutches and he held it up to his face and then waved, calling back to the night where Gargano lost his job. He lost his career. I love that. I thought that stuff is candy to me. That stuff really hits me. I love that stuff. I love when we make callbacks to the past like that. That is really, really awesome. I loved when Gargano had Ciampa by the beard and he was slapping and he was saying, my moment, calling back to their video package. You know, that stuff is awesome. And I loved, if you saw their Cruiserweight Classic match, the Cruiserweight Classic match in 2016, I believe, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. I hope most of y'all did. They recreated spots from that match, which I thought was amazing. I loved back in that 2016 match, Gargano was on the ground. Tommaso Ciampa was pulling down his knee brace, and he looked like he was about to kill him with like a knee strike, and then he pulled it right back up. Right? In this very same match, he didn't even freaking hesitate. He pulled out his knee brace, and he was about to kill him, and then Gargano stopped him because he took it off. He took off the knee brace, and he threw it on the mat. Gargano grabbed the knee brace that he took off and hit his knee with it. It looked nasty. And then, you know what? Let me get to this super chat because it's been here for a while. DDT Shidale. I think I said your name right. I know you'll probably bring this up, but I really love the storytelling in this match. That's what I'm talking about, DDT. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. My favorite moment of this match was one of those spots that I love when baby faces do. Sami Zayn did this with Neville back in our Evolution. You see Gargano break off the clutch, because you have the crutch. He breaks it in half. He breaks off the leg of it, and then you see this end point here. It's just pointy, and he was going to stab the crutch in the face of Tommaso Ciampa. He was going to stab it in his face, but then he pulled it back. He stopped. He couldn't go through with it. This right here, this moment where he's about to stab him and then he puts it down, that was one of the best moments of this entire night. And then you see the story of Ciampa just cowering, no more. And Gargano's showing mercy, he's showing sympathy. He goes to sit down next to him and put his arm around his shoulder, just like they did at freaking Cruiserweight Classic. Man, it got me. I'm like, dude, this is beautiful. And then Ciampa tried to take advantage of that. He was like, bitch, I don't forgive you. He tries to clothesline him, ducks it, and then he puts in the Gargano escape. But then he grabs the knee brace, the same knee brace that protected his injury for the last year or so, and pulls it over his face. It looked nasty. And he pulls, and he wrenches, and he really cranks until Ciampa finally taps out. The crowd goes crazy. I'm happy. Gargano gets his job back. Happy ending. Out comes Gargano's wife, Candice LeRae. They celebrate, they kiss, they hug. Everybody's happy. He gets his job. Just the perfect happy ending. The perfect happy ending to what was a very heartbreaking story. Like this, my friends, is what wrestling was all about. This is the kind of stuff that I, as a wrestling fan, want to come up here and talk about. This is the kind of stuff that I love to see. This is the kind of stuff I still tune in to get. And it's a shame that it is developmental that gives it to me and not the main roster. Maybe it's time we stop calling this developmental and just call it what it is, the A show. Maybe it's time we stop telling NXT that you are not as good as the main roster. When in all honesty, it is the main roster. Because I'm telling you, by the end of this year, when I do my end of the year awards, I am going to look back on this show, and I'm going to sit here in this chair and tell you I was alive when I saw one of the most legendary shows in wrestling history, because your boy Alyx, man, ladies and gentlemen, is giving NXT Takeover its highest grade that I can give it. And that, my friends, is an S. NXT Takeover New Orleans gets an S from your boy Alyx, man. It is a legendary grade. This grade means it is a show that personifies the true art of professional wrestling. It has a multitude of matches and segments that captivate audiences worldwide, all over the world. North America, Japan, Australia, UK. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. Let me try that one again. It keeps you on the edge of your seat throughout the entire show. It has an amazing crowd, and it's so good, it will turn a non-wrestling fan into a wrestling fan. I will happily show this to the casual viewer and the Only Florence, and I guarantee you, they will be fans of NXT afterwards. It will stand the test of time as one of wrestling's greatest, and will be a template for future shows to strive to be. Events like these are what wrestlers reach to get that status of legendary. It helps wrestlers reach a status of legends. And for that reason, this grade is rarely given. You don't see any kind of show just get this grade unless you deserve it. NXT Takeover New Orleans gets S for me. It is one of the greatest shows in the world. I dare you to tell me that there is a show better than this. And if it's WrestleMania 17, okay, sure. But good luck. This is one of the best shows I've ever seen. It gets my highest grade. It deserves to have my highest grade. I've never, other than WrestleMania 17, I don't think I've ever given any other show an S. But I did. NXT Takeover New Orleans gets an S from your boy, Deluxe, man. That is my grade. I'm sticking to it. And now, with that said, I am